Hello, and welcome back. Yes, indeed, it is time for more Final Fantasy XIV. Since I'm going to be too busy tomorrow, I'm doing it tonight instead. Gonna finish up the Manderville weapon quest line, get ourselves a most advanced Mandervillian weapon, and then do some fishing quests. So, as soon as OBS, what the? What did you do that for? Decided to shrink its window. It's full screen, so it shouldn't shrink its window at all, but it just did that for no reason. It's weird. But, anyways, I've done some things. My Dark Knight is now level 96, just because quite often the main scenario duty roulette, as is evident currently, adventure need tends to be tank, so I've done that a couple of times in order to get the elegant tomestones that I need, which gave me a level in Dark Knight here. I've also finished getting Black Mage to 60, Bard is now 54, so we're chugging along there. Ninja's getting close to 84. Getting close. And my fishing is a little 89. We're getting there. I've gotten quite a few things from the Phantasmagoria tombstones, or Mogstones as some people call them. I also did a near raid because somebody in the party finder was looking for it. Not quite one that I currently need. It's promised Anamorphosis. Just wondering. Yeah, I think I need Eternity for my weekly. Yeah. So I suppose we might luck out if they do that one and then want to do the next one after. Oh, and then this person's also, they're doing the litany, and then they'll need to do Anamorphosis as well. Final Day, Singularity Reactor, Workor Lardor. But anyways, we gotta make our Manderville weapon.
Ah, the heat of the furnace has me all sobered up. Let's have them special rocks then.
There you go.
Aye, I reckon that's enough. But there's one other thing that's been bothering me. Was Raina there at the Mehane? I don't rightly remember. Bah, forget it. Let's get his lordship over here afore I lose me will to forge.
Ching, ching, ching. Ching, ching, ching.
Now for a finishing touch. The Maxalamanderville oil. Before we can finalize the mixture, however, you must tell us how you wish your weaponry to serve you in battle. The ratio of the coating's ingredients will greatly influence the armament's various qualities, so think carefully ere you give your answer.
Wait. Yeah, learn about the attributes. You can choose 3 attributes to add to your newly augmented Manderville weaponry. One of these attributes will be set to a lower value than the other 2. Once you have adjusted the values to your liking, select Confirm to finalize your decision. Resetting your weaponry's attributes will require an additional chunk of amplifying a chondrite, so consider your choices carefully. Oh boy. So it looks like we've got choices between critical hit rate, determination, skill speed, and tenacity. Huh. Huh. Hang on. Wait. Oh, phew. I just wanted to take a look at attributes. I know tenacity's for tanks, but I can't remember exactly what it does. Affects the amount of physical and magic damage dealt and received, as well as HP restored. The higher the value, the more damage dealt, the more HP restored, and the less damage taken, only applicable when the rules tank. Yes, so tenacity is huge for tank role. You want that high. Obviously, skill speed is nice because I like moving quickly, or, attacking quickly. And those direct hit rate is like a crit type thing, right? Affects the rate at which your physical and magic attacks land direct hits, dealing slightly more damage than normal hits. The higher the value, the higher the frequency with which your hits will be direct. Higher values will also result in greater damage for actions which guarantee direct hits. Determination affects the amount of damage dealt by both physical and magic attacks, as well as the amount of HP restored by healing spells. Of course, that's just raw damage buff. Tenacity does do a damage buff as well as defense buff and HP buff. It's just really, really good. So that was tenacity, skill speed, direct hit rate, and determination I think before. Okay, let's try this again. Bing, bing, bing. Let's adjust. So, obviously, this one should be tenacity. And then, I think maybe skill speed? Oh, and then, oh, it's critical hit rate. I guess we'll go with determination. Yeah, just a little bit of determination. Don't really care that much about criticals when we're Dark Knight. So yeah, tenacity, skill speed, determination. That's good. The majestic Manderville Greatsword?
Yes. Understood. Your wish is our command.
Yeah, that's neat. Too bad the Manderville weapons become obsolete pretty soon. Woo! That's gorgeous.
And 'tis done. You're holding the result of undying devotion to craft and excellence. A majestic Manderville Greatsword.
Look at that thing.
Had you not so bravely confessed your grievances that evening, I dare say this degree of collaborative work would have remained unattainable. Aye, well, me memory's a mite fuzzy on that score, but I'll take me victories where I can get 'em. As always, Genosia, should you wish to enhance your Manderville weapon or other Manderville weapons in your possession, you need only say the word. My diligent retainers at your service.
Lord Cuthbert,
Though it shames me to admit, the expertise necessary to manufacture the Maxala Manderville oils beyond my limited alchemical knowledge. Don't look at me. If I could mix magic potions, I'd have grown me hair back long ago. I'm aware it would prove an insurmountable feat for you as well, which is why I've employed a master alchemist. Huh? Bloody odd taste in clothes, but at least he's wearing some. Our newest addition to the House Manderville retinue will assist with further augmentations and oversee the preparation of the oil. He will also be available to readjust your weapon's properties should you but bring him the required quantity of a contract. Indeed. This has been a monumental step forward, my friends. Yet one stage remains ere the Manderville weaponry's evolution can be considered complete. I knew he was leading up to that. Let me guess. We're to sit here in breathless, bleeding anticipation while ye sort out what comes next. Precisely! Preparing the process is like to be a lengthy endeavor, so I do suggest you'll continue breathing. The final step is upon us, Chaucer. Pray indulge this ambition of mine one last time.
You got it. Especially since it will be immediately figured out, and I can start the next one right away. Manderville weaponry or weapon adjustments are now available from the House Manderville Alchemist at the High Crucible of Alchemia. Collect the single required chunk of amplifying acrondrite and equip the weapon you wish to readjust before approaching Lord Godbert's ever-patient retainer. Look at this thing. So shiny. Let me take a look at the die preview for this. So we got die 1, die 2. Just the handle? Huh. Now, does that change at all the flames? No. Or the glow effects? Those remain red and blue. Okay. Super cool. But it's time for resonating with perfection. Yes, undertake this quest as a Dark Knight.
I hear Godbert's finally figured out how to perfect his alien weaponry. About bleeding time, eh? We shall inform his lordship that you are eager to begin. Yes. Give to me. Oh, hi.
Julian, what are you doing here?
At long last, Janosia, the end of our arduous yet most rewarding weaponsmithing journey is finally in sight.
And a bloody expensive journey it's been. That's why I'm here not as a dutiful wife or doting mother, but as a concerned senior partner of Manderville and Manderville. Our company's fitted the bill for all sorts of extravagant materials and expert assistance, not to mention the rent we're paying on these high crucible facilities. Even if this is the final stage of the process, that's only one Manderville weapon out of how sorting many? Our side business in replica weapons ain't exactly booming neither, so I reckoned I needed to come and gauge the value of continuing this venture with me own two eyes.
Sir, let us offer our full cooperation to my business partner as she oversees proceedings. Now there's a sight. Seems his lordship's lost his cocksure composure. What happened, Godbert? Weren't you just telling me how your ridiculous wealth made you free to craft whatever you pleased? I'd be on my best behavior if I were you, Master Geralt. After all, your considerable remuneration is one of the main expenditures Lady Julian will be scrutinizing. Let us move on to the topic of armament augmentation, shall we? Unsurprisingly, the key to effective weaponry lies in the application of the perfect oil, a substance known as Ultra Manderville. This superlative lubricant will serve to maximize ethereal conductivity. Again with the creepy oils. And as one might have predicted, the Ultra Manderville's main ingredient is derived from yet another incredibly rare meteoritic material, cosmic crystallite, 'tis called. When it came to the method for extracting said ingredients from the meteorite, however, my ancestor's relic was conspicuously devoid of instruction. Thus did I consult with Master Pepper. Thanks to his encyclopedic knowledge of alien civilizations, he was able to furnish me with the requisite technique. I must say, 'tis a rather unorthodox process, and one I cannot complete alone. It shall necessitate the involvement of everyone present. I don't like the sound of that. What foppish nonsense are you meaning to foist upon us this time? Nothing too terribly taxing, I assure you. All shall be explained in due course. Ere we begin, we must tend to the tedious chore of procuring crafting materials. Genosia, if you would, pray acquire the crystallite through our usual tombstone-hungry vendor. We shall require 3 goodly chunks, one for the oil's main ingredient and the others to reshape the weaponry itself. Yes, I should warn you that these advanced Mandervillian techniques will not only enhance your armament's properties, but also greatly alter its appearance. In anticipation of such wondrous transformation, let us hurry to our tasks.
Thankfully for my throat's sake, this will be the last of the Manderville weapon quests for the time being. Chunks of cosmic crystallite can be obtained from Jubruna at the Aetheric Pass at Ratata, of course. As always. Oh. It's like, why does he have a well, it's... Actually, I don't know if it is the quest. Obviously, he has the ability to alter my current Manderville weapon, but I don't know if... Yeah, I've managed to gather the 3,000 plus tombstones that I needed. The 1,500 to buy those 3 for the previous quest, and then another 1,500 to buy these 3. Thank goodness they don't cost more than 500 apiece. That would suck. But anyways, yeah, I don't know if it's his quest that alters them. Adjust your Manderville weaponry attributes. Yes, I know he can. Okay. It just looks like a quest marker.
Oh, let's have a look at them shiny rocks.
Here you go.
Aye, these ought to do the trick. I'll grab his lordship and we can get to work.
Here we go.
Thank you for your untiring efforts, Genosia. These acquisitions are most demanding, I know, but we could not proceed without them. Crystallite of this type is said to have mystical properties. Its every mote infused with ether from its journey across the cosmos. We will use Godbrand's technique to harness and condense that cosmic energy, that we may extract a single concentrated drop. This precious liquid is the heart and soul of our Ultra Manderville coating.
Well, that's bloody fascinating and all, but would you explain the technique already? You mean to have us fighting this time, meditating?
Dancing, my good man. We shall perform the traditional dance of House Manderville together.
Yes.
In his search for a viable method, Godbrand failed to extract the crystallite ethereal essence innumerable times. Frustrated beyond measure, he eventually contracted a friend on a far-off star to ask for advice. Thus did he learn the theory of compressing the crystallite stored energies by bombarding it with a specific etheric waveform, much like squeezing a lemon. An inspired Godbrand then returned to work, where he experimented with generating waveforms through physical movement. One particular choreography provided the perfect resonance, and lo, the trademark Manderville undulations were born. Oh, and as it so happens, the far-off star in question was the homeworld of our own Master Pipil. 'Twas his keen eye that recognized the familiar resonant properties of our gentlemanly dance, and allowed us to rediscover the extraction process.
Dress it up in fancy words all you want, but I ain't swallowing this ridiculous. Think you can extract mineral essence with your daft dancing? Ha! Count me out.
I've come in a strictly observational role, so no dancing from me neither.
If you both so wish, we shall perform the extraction without you. As for you, Genosia, your role shall be most crucial. I should like you to hold the crystallite and catch the quintessence as it falls.
That super serious face.
But I wanted to do the dance too. I can do it.
Fine. I'll catch the quintessence.
You see, load a chocobo. The dance lacks sufficient intensity.
For the love of... Fine.
Yeah.
See? I told you. I told you.
What kind of man?
It's bloody magical. The resonance is still not strong enough. We need you.
Geralt.
Yes!
Keep it up. It's working. It's working.
What was that? Oh, was that a handle? Sorry. Oh no, it's a vial for the essence. For the oil. The Ultra Manderville oil. Or Ultramanderville.
Huzzah! Combined performance did the trick.
My side hurts from all the twisting and turning.
Master Groot and I will take it from here. Let us prepare the vial of Ultra Manderville and proceed with the final augmentations. Hi, you're about to witness the peak of craftsmanship. Yeah. Now we apply the Ultra Manderville coating. As with the prior stage, the final composition of the oil's ingredients will greatly influence the armament's properties. I shall need you to take a moment and consider well which qualities you value most in your weaponry.
Dude, look at that sword. So, tenacity, ooh, much higher.
Skill speed. Determination.
Look at that beauty.
Manderville's greatsword.
Manderville's.
You're certain? Then so it shall be.
Look at this thing. Oh, it changes colors like periodically. I'd seen two pictures of it, one blue, one purple, and I thought it was like an either or thing. Turns out it's both.
Behold, Zenossia, the work is done. The perfected art of dedicated artisans. A Manderville's greatsword. The beauteous, tangible reward for all our toil and sacrifice. It's a grand sight, all right. Fighting mammoths, drinking weird booze, and dancing weirder jigs is an old bloody way to forge a... is an odd bloody way to forge a weapon. But you can't argue with the end result. There is, in fact, one other favorable consequence to finishing our project. My family's relic contains what appears to be a locked recording, and if what Master Papu tells me is correct, our completed Manderville weaponry should serve as the key to opening it. Shall we give it a try?
Yeah. Does that mean there's another quest I just completed? Manderville Weapons, the saga ends. It ends. But he just said... Okay, it's gonna be a cutscene thing. After the quest.
Ah, excellent. It would seem the relic has responded to our armament. Let us commence the viewing.
Hello, Godbrand.
If you are watching this recording, then I must assume you have successfully brought the Manderville weaponry to its completed state. Allow me, then, to share some of the philosophy that went into the weaponry's creation. As I explained in my previous story, the many worlds upon which we Mandervillians resided were laid to waste by an inexplicable catastrophe. The final days, one must imagine. Peace reigns upon this star for now, but we can never know when or what manner of chaos might threaten our tranquil lives. Thus did I endeavor to forge armaments with the power to repel any threat, no matter how dire. However, in the wrong hands, such powerful weapons may exacerbate the very problem they were created to solve. Sadly, my long search for worthy wielders, those possessed of both martial excellence and unyielding moral fortitude, has failed. I am left with no choice but to destroy my triumphant works.
That explains how you lost the originals, eh?
In the hopes that a deserving hero will one day emerge, I've decided to leave the secrets of their manufacture to my heirs. By necessity, the process must be rendered cryptic, lest these potent armaments be too readily attained. The fact that you are watching this proves you had the wisdom to pierce my elaborate obfuscations, and the discipline to retrace the grueling steps of my smithing saga. I have faith in your judgment. Do what is just, and entrust the Manderville weaponry to those who champion the ideals of peace.
And there you have it. Final message from Godbrand.
How gratifying to know that my motives were aligned with those of my ancestor. 'Twas my own experience of the final days which moved me to recreate the Manderville weapons and put them in heroic hands such as yours. And 'tis more gratifying still that we should succeed in the task which Godbrand himself set for his descendants. I thank you all for your valuable contributions.
I'll admit, it was a bit of a shock to hear he was crafting alien designs. We was crafting alien designs, but you hired the right smith for the job. You know the job isn't over yet, yes? There are still many weapon variants we have left to reforge. I know. Don't get your bloody small clothes in a twist. I'll stick around until the last blow is hammered. Yes. He's really excited.
For the extraction of the Ultra Manderville essence, I must ask that you call upon the assistance of the High Crucible Alchemists. It matters not who performs the dance, as long as they do so with gentlemanly perfection and aplomb.
It's clear to me now that the Manderville weapons are more than just a pet project. They're an investment in the future of our world. You have me permission to keep him on the books as an official Manderville and Manderville enterprise.
That is a relief. It would be difficult to cover these expenses with my weekly entertainment budget. With that settled, we can continue as before. Our most excellent House Manderville artisan shall handle requests to perfect other weapons in your possession. Meanwhile, our resident expert alchemist will assist with adjusting weapon properties, assuming you supply the requisite crystallite, of course. All in all, this has been a most satisfying experience. My thanks again, and I look forward to our next mutually beneficial encounter.
Yeah. And that's the Manderville weapon crafting saga. Let me actually look at this, because it might actually be better than my level 94. It's slightly higher item level. Strength 416, Vitality 458. It has Determination, which my Cobalt Tungsten Guillotine doesn't. Skill Speed 306 instead of 214, and Tenacity of 306 instead of 305. So it's only slightly better, except in the case of Skill Speed, in which it's quite a lot better. Does a singular extra physical damage. Though the auto attack is actually 1 sec, or almost, that's not a second, is it? If it is a second, then that's a second slower, just barely. Surely the auto attack is not once every 130 seconds, right? 130.24 whatever's. Yeah. Though the Mandervillis Greatsword does not have any materia slots, but I haven't been using materia much anyways. So check this out. Oh, did you see? Look at it, like thunks into alignment. It's kind of like a sword whip as you pull it out, and then it shook into place. That's a cool sword. Now, sadly, this is the only Manderville weapon that I have access to at the moment. I would need to get to level 90 in another class that isn't Viper or Pictomancer. So, if I get Ninja to 90, I can do Ninja. Reaper to 90, I could do Reaper. Sage to 90, I could do Sage. That'd be cool. Sage only needs 4 more levels. Well, 3 and third? 3 and a quarter? Somewhere in there. I think it's more than a third, but less than 3 quarters. Or sorry, it's more than 2/3, less than 3/4. I think. Update. I still love that character portrait. Just point. Death stare. You're next. Yeah, that's pretty good. And dude, the fact that Dark Knight is 653 and Viper is 693, they're that close. And Dark Knight's still wearing level 94 gear and level 90 accessories. Whereas I'm pretty sure Viper's wearing all level 90, or sorry, level 99, 100-ish. Okay. There's one level 100 body, but then the rest is like 99. Oh wait, level 100 accessories all, which is good. So Viper could be slightly better, but Dark Knight is not that far behind, despite being 4 levels behind. You know, not having access to any level 100 gear. It's so sick. All the versions of the Manderville weapons are really sick. Look at these. So wait. Oh, okay, those are the other sections where if I had access to them, I could. Yeah, you can buy them for just 1,000 gil each. As replicas to throw in your chest. Your armory chest. Or not armory, your glamour chest. Anyways, you got the base form, and the first upgrade turns white and glows. It's really sick. Second upgrade. Oh, wait, why is there matte replica? What does that mean? No glow effect? Why would you want no glow effect? That seems silly to me. I guess if you really didn't like the fact that it's blue and red, and there's no changing it, maybe it clashes with your outfit. And then you've got this. Very cool. And hey, it may actually have... Hey. It may actually have a thin blade here. Yeah, it actually comes to like a point. A thin edge. Albeit like an energy blade, but... So, Square Enix, I can see that you are capable of doing this. You are capable of making a sharp sword, and you just choose not to. I'm just saying. Okay. So now, the things. First, we're going to Old Charlian. Going to Old Charlian. I want to stop at the annex here. Valdigian Annex. So I can take a look at glamour stuff. See if we have anything that would go with this sword. Or do we just stick with our wonderful penguin? So first off, chest stuff. Oh, well, not Bard Archer. That's for sure. We need... Black or Dark Knight. There it is. Okay, so we have this, which gives me a tail, which is very aura, but I'm not an aura, so that seems odd to just cosplay an aura. This. Got some cool armor, though. I feel like we'd probably have to get some kind of armor from Alexandria in order to match the sword properly. Dude, that's what it used to look like. Oops. Discard all changes, yes. Look, this is what I colored it to. This is what it used to look like. Very purple. I'm glad I recolored it. I guess in a way this kind of goes with it, and so does this kind of. It at least looks a little more modern. And that's not a bad jacket. Okay, let's kind of look at some other things. Okay, let's this. And again, we could go this. It'd be really silly. It would be very silly for a Dark Knight. Oh, is Ignominy? Yeah, that's the level 89 Dark Knight set. That's right. So I've got the full thing. Very Dark Knight. Then I got Tusios Coach Offending. I have got Shadowless. Crazy. We could be very Nazgul. Or no, were they Nazgul? Yeah. Yeah, Nazgul. The Nazgul rode on fell beasts. I was like, were they Nazgul or was the thing they're riding that? No, they're the Nazgul. They're riding a fell beast. Crazy stuff. Yeah, obviously it doesn't really go with the sword so much. But I don't think we really have much that does. Actually, let's... Because I think I put the dies on specifically this plate. I don't want to really mess with that plate too much. Let's do this one. Just throw those things on. That. At least take a look. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Doesn't look super tanky as far as armor goes, but goes with the sword pretty well. And at least until we get any kind of Alexandrian equipment for Dark Knight. I think that does pretty good. Alright, let's go fishing, shall we? We need to mend anything? Yes. Many things could use some mending. Let me see here. We need to go to the studio. Oh yeah, also, in my adventures of leveling things and getting all those tombstones, I found out that Bard had not done their level 35 Bard quest. So I've been doing a bunch of those Bard quests. I've gotten through the Realm Reborn section of Bard quests, and now I'm able to start the Heavensward section, which I won't be able to finish yet until I get to level 60, but... Could it be? Yes, you must be the gleaner I've heard so much about. Let me get straight to the point. I'm not a gleaner, per se. Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Telakatia, and I'm an associate professor in the Faculty of Etherology here. To tell the truth, I'm in a bit of a bind.
I'm scheduled to make a major presentation at a conference in the near future, but as ashamed as I am to admit it, I've not been able to get enough data to properly finish my thesis. If I'm unable to prove the worth of my research, then my funding is all but certain to dry up. As you can see, the stakes are high. You have the look of an adept angler about you, am I right? If so, you could be just the person I need. This section here is one I've rented out for my work. Might I interest you in taking a look?
You got it.
Impressive, isn't it? I bet you've never laid eyes on such a fine fish tank before. Sadly, as you can see, it's entirely devoid of fish.
I've actually got a few fish with my retainer.
Anyhow, I suppose I should tell you about my work. You see, I research water veins. Not just any old ones, mind you, but those that carry ether, not unlike the life stream or the etheric currents in the wind. Life is naturally drawn to areas abundant in ether, which is why you might observe that popular fishing spots are often also ether-rich. My research focuses in particular on veins which carry especially high concentrations of ether, currently commonly known as spectral currents. Are you perchance familiar with the phenomenon?
I've seen one before!
Probably. Maybe. It's been a while.
Oh, I'd expect nothing less from a veteran gleaner. I must say, it's always nice to meet someone familiar with the subject of my life's work. In any event, the most important point to remember is just how important ether currents are for aquatic life. To look at it the other way, it is possible to identify how strong the local ether currents are by studying the fish and other aquatic life in any given area. And that's where we come full circle. I require specimens of fish from various bodies of water to confirm my hypothesis regarding underwater ether currents. And there's the rub. The areas most worth researching also happen to be the hardest to reach. Of course, I would not be averse to risking the journey myself, if only it were not for my condition. Ah, yes, I suppose I should explain. Put simply, I have long suffered from a particularly nasty case of ether sickness. Why, I can't even use the Ethernet or any sort of teleportation magics. Quite annoying when your work partially depends on such things, to say the least. I know, an etherologist who can't stomach ether. I wouldn't believe it were I not living this nightmare myself. But perhaps you are skeptical? I have an idea. Follow me to the Aetheryte Plaza, and I'll show you just how bad I've got it.
Right, but also, can I use this aquarium? Maybe it's just his. I don't have my own player house, so I don't know if I can. I know that I've got these fish here that say suitable for display in aquariums tier 4 and higher, tier 4 and higher, tier 1 and higher, tier 2 and higher. Tier 2 and higher, yep. But I assume that's like an aquarium that you install in your own player house. But could I also shove some into this aquarium? Or is that aquarium that he has specific to him, and when I catch fish for him for these quests, maybe he'll add them to that aquarium, I guess. Lakatia. Ah, there you are. All right. Watch closely now.
You see, I'm feeling so queasy, it's all I can do to hold down the contents of my stomach. Good. The whole world, it is spinning. Someone make it stop. What is this? Forgive me.
Why did we get an image of him smiling at a pixie? Is that to distract us from the disgustingness of him throwing up?
Well, there you have it. My condition has manifested itself all over the ground for you.
I say, Talaka, are you quite all right?
Professor Nelle.
I see your condition's as bad as ever. One would think you'd avoid a place like this. And you? Are you perchance assisting Talaka with his research? The boy may suffer from terrible ether sickness, but as a scholar, he has as much potential as anyone I've seen. You develop an eye for these things when you've been in academia for as long as I have. But I must be on my way. I very much look forward to reading your finished thesis, Talaka.
Did I mention that I don't handle pressure particularly well? I've barely written the introduction to my paper, and Professor Nelle is already selling it up to his peers. How can I possibly live up to his expectations? Incidentally, Professor Nelle is one of the leading authorities in the world of etherology. Some would even say he's the equal of Master Matoya. And for some reason, he seems to have taken a liking to me. He's the one who pushed for the school to allow me to form my own research team. Excuse me. As the first and trial phase of a program to support young scholars. Otherwise, a humble associate professor such as myself would never be able to conduct such an ambitious project. And yet, I run the risk of losing everything if I don't turn my potential into actual results at the upcoming conference. Not only would my own research team be disbanded, but there's a high likelihood that Professor Nelle's program would be terminated, meaning that no other young scholar would ever again receive the opportunity I did. The very future of the studium is at stake. Part of me wishes I could just drink my worries away. Sadly, I handle alcohol about as well as I handle ether. I may not be good at dealing with ether or pressure, but one thing is certain, for Professor Nelle's sake, I must not fail. I cannot! And so I beg of you, pray help me. There is no one else to whom I can turn.
Leave it to me. It's what I do. You need fish and I need levels.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. You are a shining beacon of hope for all young scholars here in Charlian. Now let us head back to Searcher's Meet, so we can get to the task. I shall meet you back in my office.
Uh-huh.
Back to the shooting everywhere.
Ah, Genosia. I was just compiling a list of fish that I'll be needing for my research. Let me know when you're ready to get fishing. I'll fill you in on exactly what I would ask you to do. Faculty of Etherology Studium deliveries unlocked. You may now undertake deliveries for the Faculty of Etherology at the Studium. Speak to Talaka Tia to learn more. 30 high cordials? Dang, bro. All right then, shall we get started? To review, I require samples of aquatic life from various bodies of water, that I might analyze them and ascertain the current state of the respective regions' underwater ether currents. Before I send you off to far-flung locales, I'd like to gather data from somewhere nearby. Collecting samples from a stable, controlled environment like Labyrinthos should give me a good basis with which to compare any future findings. To that end, I'd like to ask you to catch me some giant ether lice, and a fair share of them, to ensure a representative sample size. According to my preliminary research, they swim in abundance near the phreatic conduit, and have a noted fondness for gold salmon roe. Studium delivery commenced. You may now undertake deliveries for the Faculty of Etherology at the Studium by delivering the requested items to Talakitia, and raising yourself in his esteem, you can help him to finally complete his thesis. Items with a higher collectability will result in greater rewards upon delivery. Speak to Talakatia to view the custom deliveries list. Have you had any luck catching those lice? If not, I suggest heading to the phreatic conduit with some gold salmon roe in your tackle box. That is what you fishers call it, yes? So, hi. Each faculty of the Studium has a list of requested deliveries. Talakatia of the Faculty of Etherology will accept items from fishers. The items requested will vary according to your level. The esteem gauge will build with each successful delivery. Fill the gauge completely, and your esteem level will increase, allowing you to progress through the story. Studium deliveries take the form of collectibles, and you are able to submit multiple items simultaneously. Items with a higher collectability do not result in a larger increase in esteem, but you will receive greater rewards upon delivery. Cool. Giant ether louse. They have to be collectible ether louses. But I could get... Look at that. 437,000 experience, 213 gil, and 100 gather script. Or, if I do really good, 656,000 experience, 319 gil, and 150 gather script. Is that average collectability? Total collectability? I don't know how collectability works, how high collectability goes. Do they all have to be 166 to get this reward? Do I have to have an average of that to get that reward? I don't know. But we need 6 louses. Or lices. Yeah, louses. Louse. 6 louse. To do it. Let's start by switching this to a versatile lure. I assume versatile lure would work, but I may want to see about purchasing some gold salmon roe, just in case. Grab like 40 of those and sell these. And this, I've already got one in my glamour chest, so. Gold salmon roe. Suggested. Let me see if it's in my fishing log. It doesn't say, it just says undiscovered. Great, thanks. It's wonderful. Also, let's switch this to party. Near the phreatic conduit. Wherever that is. Phreatic conduit? What even? What? Is that down here somewhere? Down in Labyrinthos.
There's a central circuit, not conduit. Phreatic conduit? Oh, there it is. Yes, okay. We will go to the Hall of Artifice then. Labyrinthus. The Phreatic conduit. Let's just make sure that we are very much in the Phreatic conduit. Here we go. We'll chum to start. Oh, wait. Shoot. There goes the chum. Need collector's glove going. Almost forgot. Do we get a louse? Butterfly fry. Let's go for a patience. Because larger fish should be have a higher collectability, as I recall. There we go. And this has a much higher chance of catching larger fish. Well, that's not what I need. I don't need a fat snook. I need a louse. That's why I'm using this gold salmon roe. Another fat snook. Listen. That's nice and all, but I need louse. Lice. No. One that didn't get away too. Lovely music here. Another fat snook. Dude. Sir, are you sure I should use golden salmon roe to catch giant ether lice? Here specifically. Unmoved source alpha. Tessera. What if I move this one? I doubt it will change anything, but not a single dang lice. Louse. Another butterfly fry. Let me just in case, look up. Ether louse. Unmoved source alpha. Leech, gold salmon roe, and versatile lure. Up conditions, studium deliveries, yep. Doing that quest. Weather, any. The bite is weak. Good to know. Not mooching it. You don't mooch it. Just catch it. Hole level 81. But preserve the following item with a collectability of 128. This collectible cannot be traded or sold. Yes. Have the others not been collectibles? Wild. Huh. We finally caught one. And you know what that means? That means I can... No! I waited too long. Shoot. Shoot. I was like, you know what, damn it? And then... next time. I've got the identical cast ability, which could be used to immediately catch another one. Look at that. We're only missing 2 fish from this list. One of them... Do I already have that required knowledge? Tome of Ichthyological Folklore, Ilsabard, and the Northern Empty. I feel like I did. And there's some other fish. Yeah, this is what we need, though. That louse. The lice. That's not what I want. We've only got 28 more. We've almost gone through half our row, and we've only gotten 1 louse. Ridiculous. You know? And I just noticed the strap here, this belt, it's tied up in the back. That's a neat detail. Could be wrapped around the front in order to secure the coat. But if you don't feel the need, you can just tie it in the back so it doesn't flap around too much. Enlarged Tesora. So I guess only certain fish can be turned into collectibles, huh? That might be a louse. Nope, it's a butterfly fry. allows. So that sucks. Just a fat snook. It's a weak bite. Not a louse. Not a louse. Getting plenty of fishing XP though. Look at that. We're roughly 2/3 of the way to 90 now. Crazy. Please, please be a louse. Not what I wanted, but only a collectability of 33? Good. I mean, I guess I'll take it. I could turn it into some stuff. Some scripts. Out of curiosity, how does that change? Okay, so the only one left is that mystery special one, which I'm pretty sure I've got that. I already used that tome of knowledge. So I can't be certain. I have to go check with a script trader. But I must say, I have been enjoying the fishing job. It's been pretty fun. Is it considered a job or... Yeah, it must be job. Not... Could be class. It's a disciple of the land job. Getting real sick of these non-lice. You know? It's really pouring down rain here. Sure. Give me the fish. Give me a louse. That's a butterfly fry. It's not what I need. Only 15 more row. I just need to catch 6 of these things. Preferably 6 really good ones. I mean, this one's only got collectability 128. So that might not be so great. I mean, 166 it said. But again, I don't know if that's talking about an average or a all of them have to be this number. Is it like an all or nothing type thing? I don't know. Getting so many butterfly fries. It's actually ridiculous. They're only worth 8 gil. Not worth the amount of money I spent on the road to catch them. Yeah, it's a sucky, you know, it's only 25 collectability, but why not? Huh. Apparently that special fish has some conditions. It's the only bait you can use is mayfly. It has to be between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. and the weather has to be clouds. So that's the condition for that fish. Which really would... The only reason to catch it right now would just be to fill out my log. Stop it! Stop it with the butterfly fries! I need ether lice. That's what I need. Please. There we go. It's only 128. Oof. But this time, I'm catching a second one right now. I should have used an ability to make it more likely to be large, but it's whatever. At least I'm getting another one. 170, yo! That one was large. It turned out to be large anyway. I'll take it. Sadly, you can only use that once. You can't use it multiple times in a row. But the next time you get an ether louse, we'll get another one, and then we'll have 5, and then we'll only need one more. We'll only need one more. When we do get to that point, we might as well catch an additional one to bring us up to 7. Just because maybe needed, but it's good to know that they can be as high as 170. We've got 2 128s and a 170. So if we catch more 170s, maybe we could average out to 166 plus. Ooh, 130. Hey, that one didn't take too long. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me do this. Stop that. Make it large. Come on. Let's do it. It's 168. Yeah. Yeah, boy. That's what I'm talking. Okay, fine. But yeah, we got a 130, 168, 128, 128, 170. So the 168 and 170 are really good. The other three, not sure about those. Yo!
Catch it. Now.
Shoot. Wait. I forgot that I did not have enough GP to use the abilities, and so I would have failed to catch him. Don't want to fail. 158, that's not bad. Let's see if we can get even better. We got 170, 168, those two are very good. 158 is okay. The main point is that we will be finishing this part of the quest. Ooh, 166, like I said, see? I was like, let's see if we can get one, and here we... No, bait! No! 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 How dare! Ran out of that bait. Shoot, but we got 166, which is good. I mean, that's right on the line of what we need. 166, 168, 170. And then we got a 158, which is 120. And I'll take it. Oh, shoot. I can't guarantee another one because I don't have enough GP. Oh, no, I could have used a high cordial thing. Missed that chance. Shoot. But we've been catching a bunch of ether lice all of a sudden. I'm happy. That's not an ether louse. Should have used a high cordial. Just want to see if I can get another one or two large size giant ether lice. Fish gets away. I mean, it wasn't gonna be one that I wanted, but still. Another fat snook. Yeah, if 170 is the highest they get in collectability, then we don't have much room for... We don't have much wiggle room for averaging to 166 plus, you know? Assuming that's how it works. Yo. Yes. Okay, then we do this, and then we do this, and we cast, and we hopefully catch another large one. Which is pretty weird to say. Large giant ether ones.
That's not large.
Psh. Well, let's see. We've got this one with that. Alright, so we've got a 170, a 168, another 168, got a 166. Then we got a 158. That's about it. Okay, let's try and get just one more large size Aetheros. I think that should do it, hopefully. If we can somehow get 2, that would be awesome. But yo, 175. Hot dang. Maybe I should use a hard cordial to boost my chance of getting another large, but 175 is huge. We might not need another large size Aether Loss. Well, we got it. Well, we got it. Okay. Heck yeah. Let's go. Let's go. We got all the ether lice we need. Phenomena. Woo! Telakatia. Have you had any luck catching those lice? If not, I suggest heading to the Phreatic Conduit with some gold salmon roe in your tackle box. That is what you fishers call it, yes? Yeah. Well, let me show you what I got. 170. 168, 168, 166, 175, 176. Yeah. So, why am I only getting 393,000 XP? What? Why am I not? Look at the collectability, bro. One of them even is 166. The rest are all above that. Do you want them all to be exactly 166? If so, you're insane. Wait, I'm getting 900 script? 1900 gil? Okay. Maybe that's the bonus. Like, I'm getting this, and then I'm getting a bonus. Now, this is a remarkable catch. Impressive specimens like these will give me even more quality data. I can't thank you enough. Yeah, I did just gain 3.9 million XP. Huh. In making your first successful delivery, you have begun to earn Telakatia's trust. Deliver the items Telakatia needs and deliver them often to improve your standing with the Faculty of Etherology. Yeah. Thanks to your efforts, I've been able to compile a full set of reference data. Now we can finally get started on spots further afield. But before that, I have yet haven't yet explained my research to you in detail, have I? Simply put, there's a certain hypothesis I want to prove. In my studies over the years, I have come to believe that much like the tide ebbs and flows with the phases of the moon, so too do the underwater ether currents that cover our entire planet. When the concentration of ether in any given current changes, aquatic life in the area grows more or less abundant, which ultimately affects the currents of the ocean itself. Interesting theory. My hope is that if I can prove this and accurately predict these changes, we might theoretically identify the best times for fishing, and even know when it's safest to navigate the seas. Needless to say, it would be a major breakthrough, and I'm one step closer to realizing it all, thanks to you.
Ah, Talaka. It looks like your research is progressing well.
Professor Nele.
I heard that your friend here had started gathering samples for you, so I brought a few choice stones with me that might serve to point you in the right direction. There you go.
As always, you are too kind, Professor. I can't thank you enough.
Don't mention it. When the time comes that your research bears fruit, that will be all the thanks I need. Your mind for developing compelling hypotheses has always impressed me. You lacked only for a skilled gleaner to help you overcome the limits of your affliction. I will be watching this new partnership of yours with great interest. Ta-ta!
Phew. Why, that actually wasn't so bad. Just having you around has already taken a huge weight off my shoulders. Excuse me. Up until now, Professor Nele's confidence in me only made me feel pressured to deliver something that I wasn't even sure I was capable of. But now I've finally started to make some tangible progress, and it's all because of you. For the first time, I feel like I may have a bright future in academia after all. You got it. Yes, I have a feeling everything is going to go swimmingly. No pun intended. As long as you're by my side. Studium delivery complete. You've delivered the required items. Esteem level increased! Talakat here is pleased with your efforts. He now considers you a dependable fisher. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know that's right. I'm level 90 fisher now. Oh, hello again. What is that? Did you notice the fish tank, by the way? I went ahead and put one of my research specimens in it. Quite the looker, wouldn't you say? What is that? I tell you, so many things have fallen into place ever since you showed up. I'm having the time of my life analyzing all this data. I mean to continue my analysis of ether lice, of course, but I will task another gleaner with such mundane tasks. Instead, I'd like to make full use of your skills by having you visit an area I've long been fascinated with. I speak of the oceans surrounding Thavner. I have reason to believe there was a significant change in the ether currents in those waters that occurred around the time of the calamity. Professor Nele shared with me some data from 20 years prior, and I would compare it with the current data to ascertain if I am correct. The waters around Thavner, you see, have long been one of the focal points of Professor Nele's research. I wish to study them more to honor his work, whilst also using it as a starting point for my own. Before you go, however, a word of warning. Ever since the calamity, the region is notorious for shipwrecks. I realize that you are a seasoned professional, but I fully understand if you do not want to take on the risk.
I almost didn't return from my voyage on the Siren Song Sea.
Consider it done. I've gone to far more dangerous places. I went to the edge of the universe.
Oh, thank you. I knew I could count on you.
Anyhow, I'd like you to fish the same species that Professor Nele studied 20 years ago. To wit, the Garjana Ras. According to the books the professor gave me, they live near the Great Runoff and are known to enjoy nibbling on shrimp balls. And that should do it. Be safe out there, yes? Studium delivery commenced. And you want these Garjana Ras 313 or higher is what he would like. Yeah, these do seem to be in the hundreds of thousands, and I got 3 million some. So that must be like a bonus on top of your regular reward. Not necessarily this reward, it might calculate in. So you get rewarded for each of them, and then if they're all this or higher, you get this bonus added on. But I've got a lot of scripts I need to spend. Sir. You do sell shrimp balls. I might buy like 80 to be safe. And then let's sell all these fish I gathered for a little bit of money back. And then script exchange. Let's see. Level 90. Oh, I've got 48 of them. I think I need to take them somewhere. Hang on. Folklore, token C. Who do I take them to? Razatan, Splendor's vendor. So I probably didn't actually purchase that folklore book yet. Well, since we're heading to Razatan anyways... Hold up. Hey, I've got some fish for you. Top minnow. The very top. Okay, so that I'm only getting like 22 to 28 per, but I'll take it. Better than nothing. What about the other guy I've got? What about these ether louse? Do you not accept them? Are they only for that quest? Wow. What is this? Resetting in the resulting in the following. Oh, okay, yeah. So I can turn them into item that I can sell, I guess. I don't know why they're separate. Cool. Let's go sell them to this merchant. What? Never mind. We're just gonna delete them. How dare. No, not script exchange, right? Because you just sell things for scripts. Splendor's vendor. Yes. Ichthyological folklore. Or fishers. They've got 3 of them. Enough for all of them. So at least have the ability to catch all of these fish. Let me get rid of these as well. And what do I put there? I guess I could throw this map over there. Alright, so now we need to find these grass in the Great Runoff. Is that around here? No, that's Garlemald. So it's gotta be like around here, unless it's in Ratzatan itself. Which I doubt. No. It's gotta be in Fafnir somewhere. Let's find out. Oh, what are you doing, Final Fantasy XIV? Stop that. You are a full screen game. You should not be doing this. Stop! I just moused off of this screen. Why? Why are you like this? Katjana. Ras. Yeah, Fafnir 10.5, 22.4. Okay, so it's like right in the center of the Great Work. I don't know why Final Fantasy XIV is so touchy about shifting focus to your second monitor. Like that. Shrimp ball. And this is strong bite before. Are you kidding me? What do you mean the fish gets away? Ridiculous. What? Keitso. don't think I've purchased the level 90 gear yet, which we should probably do. Especially since we got all these scripts. Wait, what's this? Triple hook? I think that's new. Yeah, that's level 90. Hooks 3 or more fish in a single cast. Yield is determined by fish type and your gathering rating. Some fish cannot be triple hooked. Okay, so if I see a strong bite, I could gamble and do a triple hook. And hope to get the Ross that I'm looking for. Actually, I'm not even sure if that would work, because we're trying for collectibles, so it might actually just waste 700 GP. I don't know. Because, you know, when you get the collectible, it pops up with a message saying, hey, do you want this as a collectible? Not getting, like, any strong bites. Lots of gobies, lots of souls. Yeah, that's the only things we're getting are gobies and souls for some reason. Still 3 more fish that we haven't caught. And then there's this one, which technically possible, but probably has conditions that we're not meeting at the moment. Oh, there's a strong bait. At least it'll be new. Yes! 250. Ooh. I'm going to say no to collectibility for that one. We're going to try for large. Which I should have increased the odds of it being large, but it's fine. Don't even have the GP. I was about to say, but we could try out triple hook, and then I was like, we don't have the GP for that. I could have tried double hook. At least that would tell me 180. That's even worse, dude. Yeah, I probably could have tried double hook just to see if it would even work. But also, I've been making some... No! Wasn't fast, dang it. Anyways, I've been making some progress on the torso design that I'm pretty happy with. Well, really happy with. Pull this up. If I can see if... see if I can get this functioning. For some reason, the capture card I used to hook into the iPad It likes to be finicky. Sometimes it just decides not to work. And I don't know why. Let's see if we can get this thing functioning. Hey, there's a 317 RAS, by the way. We'll do that. And we'll try for another large one. $320, nice. Alright, so that's two good ones. Two good solid ones. Let's see here. 320, 317. Very good. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. With a third. Oh? Possible. $137? That sucks. Let's go for another RAS at the very least. Reel it in. Please be a large. 277. That's not big enough. That's not even large. Eh. Eh. Phooey. Also, just to show you where it's at. That's how it's looking. I really like it. I changed up the midriff here, so now instead of just the black lines that were shown before, here, if I find it, so yeah, if I disable the mask, so those are the lines that were there before. I then added in the blue bits and then masked off those lines. That way if I decide I want the lines back, I can put them back easily because I didn't actually delete them. But I think this looks really good, having that blue glow in between the armor plates. I think that's pretty sick. I also adjusted the color of the mask here, so it's showing a bit darker. And then I also added a brighter glow right underneath the plates of the shoulder pads here. So those are looking pretty cool as well. I also added a blue glow to each of these orbs here. So yeah, lots of blue glow going on. I also pulled the pauldrons in a bit more, you might notice. And I angled them down a bit more. I think that looks pretty good. Plus you still have then somewhat line of sight over the shoulder pads if they looked to the left or right, since eye level would be above that. But yeah. Really liking how that's turning out. And also, here's the golden what? Barramundi. Golden Barramundi. The redesign is turning out really nice. Though I do still need to hammer out the details of the back view. And then once I've done that, we can start working on side view, which will basically just be looking at the two different, looking at front view and back view and figuring out how that stuff would look from the side. The OC redesign is looking really good. The one thing that I don't like so much is with the pauldrons and the helmet, I'm taking like a 4K image and then having to shrink it down to fit within the canvas to be the right size compared to the torso. And it seems that the exporting to a photo and then pulling it in as a separate object and then shrinking that down is not doing very good things for the quality of those images. If you zoom in, you can really tell that the helmet and pauldrons are a lower resolution than the torso. So I may have to just pull in the entire, like, layers directly into this, but even then I'd still have to shrink them, and I think that's doing a lot of the... That's the one that's causing a lot of the issues, I think, with how the quality looks. So I suppose $221, that's not high enough, but I will do this. I will gladly catch another one that will hopefully be of higher quality. Is it large? It's large enough, yeah. Yeah. That makes 3 now. 3 out of 6. And 6. After this next catch, we'll have gone through 30 shrimp balls. Also, this might be another Garjana Ras. Yeah, and it's a real solid one, too. Let's go for another one. So we've got 4. Might have 5 coming up here. Pretty nice. When I eventually actually catch it, there we go. $180? Are you kidding me? Come on. That's not nearly good enough. So we've got 2 317s, and we got a 327 and a 320. So that's all very good. Oh, you know what? I think I just realized how it works. Nice. High cordial. But I think I just realized how it works. So it's not an average thing. That's the grading per fish you bring in. That's definitely how it works. So each fish you turn in, you know what? Sure, fine. Just so that we're done with this fishing for now. Because now that I know that it's per fish, it's not like a, oh, you need to bring in this quality across the board in order to receive the highest reward. It's like, oh, you're grading per fish. I mean, at this point, I've got so much script. I've got so much XP. I'm 2/3 of the way to 91. So I think we're doing just fine. I am gonna spend some scripts before I turn these in because A, I want level 90 gear, and B, now I don't know what's the difference. I guess in look, obviously the stats are gonna be worse here. I don't know why you would spend, aside from, again, look, because it does look different. Oops. That just seems like a lot of script to spend on stuff you don't want, you know? Or on gear that is suboptimal. Level 90 fishing rod for 350. fishing rod. Equip. Now, I will have to glamour the new gear. Oh, and I need to repair my current gear before I go much further. So, because this new gear looks really dumb. Well, actually, the jacket looks really nice. I will say. The jacket looks really nice. Okay, it doesn't look really dumb, I guess. The jacket looks really nice. The undershirt is recolorable, you know, dyeable. The pants and boots are pretty meh. But I could glamour them to be lands. Actually, would that look better, actually? They don't look that different, to be honest. I guess I'll leave it for now. Wristband, I'll pull this down. Yeah, natural afflatus. That's what we're looking for. Pull out these Land Saint stuffs. Oh shoot, that like fills up my inventory. Alright, well we can actually do this. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. I do need to figure out how to get better spearfishing gig, because I still have the level 61 that I was given to start. Like, do any of the other level 90 things have one? No, there's a rod. Rod. And just rod, yeah. How do these other rods look? Oh, that one looks neat, actually. That one, yeah, it's got like a rustic charm to it. In a way. Pretty neat. And then, of course, the one that we currently have equipped is just this. It has this big, like, hook spike thing going on. Like, you could do some serious damage if you smacked someone with it. Oh yeah, we updated the gear, good. Hello, good sir. I have several rasps for you. Yeah, see? 788, 947, 331, 165, yep. Okay, and then next, and then of course this one we're gonna get the lesser reward for, but that's fine. We're still getting 4,470,000 XP, 1,876 gil, and 935 scrip. It's a lot.
Dear me, what an impressive specimen. This should allow me to collect data as complete as Professor Nele's from 2 decades ago. I can't wait to compare my findings. Well, I dare say I've more than enough samples now.
Pray, wait for just a moment. I'm going to ask Professor Nele to take a look. Sure, pal.
It's not every day that you ask after me, Talaka. I trust this means that your research is coming along well.
Better than I could have ever imagined. As a matter of fact, I was hoping to hear your thoughts on my latest findings. Comparing my data with yours from 20 years ago, I can say with confidence that the concentration of ether in the area did indeed show an increase around the time of the calamity. From these numbers, I would posit that smaller fish species in the area have increased in abundance. You're going to need more data points than 2, especially 20 years apart, to compare in order to come to any kind of a conclusion. And you're saying showing an increase around the time of the calamity. When was the calamity? And how do you know that it was specifically around that time, even though you only got one data point from 20 years ago and one data point from now? Several-fold. The Garjana Ras, in particular, is known for protecting itself from predators by creating disturbances in the surrounding ether. A population increase of such scale would undoubtedly result in a dramatic impact on its habitat. Which would go a long way to explaining the countless shipwrecks. The sheer number of these fish would surely play havoc with ships' ether compasses.
Outstanding work, Talaka. Of course, more data will be needed to prove your assertions as fact. Should it hold true, however, this could be a discovery of no small import. Come to think of it, I remember you showing considerable interest in my research into the seas around Thavner. What exactly was it that drew you to my work?
Oh, it's just, well, I always found the figures somewhat unnatural. Call it a hunch, but I couldn't help but feel like it warranted further research.
Ah, now that's the true spirit of a scholar. Even the most epoch-making of discoveries often started from observation of a simple irregularity or curiosity. With that intuition and power of observation, you're going to go places, Talaka. I knew my faith in you was not misplaced.
I am? You flatter me, Professor.
Take care not to let it go to your head. Your potential will only be stifled if you allow yourself to be content with minor progress and faint praise.
Of course, Professor. I will redouble my efforts and work harder than ever to deliver results. And on that note, I'd best get to work summarizing my findings for inclusion in my thesis. If I'm able to identify an explicit correlation amongst the post-calamity change in ether concentration, the explosion of the fish population, and the increase in shipwrecks, it will go a long way toward proving my theory correct. Of course, I'll be needing more fish specimens before that can happen. Fair warning, I might have to send you to even more hazardous locales, and yet I'm sure you're up to the challenge, yes? Yeah, check out this new leather jacket. Splendid. I swear this is the most invigorated I've ever felt about my research. Now, where to start? I don't know. Don't look at me. Studium delivery complete. Esteem level increased. Talaka Tia is delighted with your efforts. He now considers you a formidable fisher. Formidable. Level 91. Spareful hand. What? Stores certain large-sized fish as swim bait for later use. Swim bait may be selected for use as bait as long as you remain at your present fishing spot. Swim bait may be used even after actions that cancel mooshing opportunity. Cannot be executed while under the effects of surface slap or identical cast, though. So you can just, like, So if you're like, oh, I'll take that for later mooching. All right, and I'll take that. How many can you put in here? Is it just the one that you can store in there, and then you can later use it? But also, why would you? I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird new ability I got. Hello again. I truly can't thank you enough. The samples you provided me with have allowed me to make incredible progress in my work. As it happens, I actually just decided on the next specimen I'd like to ask you to procure. Yeah? You see, I've essentially completed my analysis of the currents surrounding Thavne. I must say, it's been most enlightening. Next, I would ask you to travel to a place where we have no pre-existing data. To wit, I mean to research the currents in Garlemald. We've been unable to even set foot in the region until now, which means that gathering data there could lead to a truly revolutionary discovery. After all, we still have no idea how the underwater ether currents there are connected with those in other regions. Alas, lacking data from years past, it won't be such a simple task to identify the changes that have occurred over the decades. I do, however, have an idea how we might get around that. The answer, my friend, is shellfish. Studying the growth lines within their shells should allow me to draw some conclusions about how their habitat has changed over time. Okay, I guess. That's probably about as best as you can get. Because it's like, if you don't have something to reference that was there that long ago that stayed the same somehow, but then like nothing has changed, and how will you prove that it hasn't changed over that time? But if there are growth lines within the shells of shellfish that you can then determine certain things, okay. That logic does track. After carefully perusing Professor Naylor's tomes, I've come to the conclusion that Garlean clams would be particularly suitable as a research specimen. Do you think you'd be up to the task of catching some for me? I know that place like the back of my hand. Been there so many times. Wonderful. I'm quite confident that quality data from Garlemald is what will allow my thesis to truly begin to take shape. Ah, yes. I also read that clams exist in abundance in the area around Camp Broken Glass, and that leeches are particularly effective in luring them up from the water's bottom. Pray forgive me for asking you to travel to such a perilous location. Please do whatever you must to stay safe. Studium delivery commenced. Very well, sir. Let us sell the fish that we caught. Why can I not sell that? Wow. Alright. We'll also sell the rest of those shrimp balls, and then we'll buy some leeches. Some 70 leeches. Should do the trick. And then need to access. I'll use Mikala instead. They've got my level 63 gear anyway. Time to give them my level 80 gear. Also, collect from them till the morrow. But we need to go to Camp Broken Glass.
Catch galleon clams.
Galleon clams. Somewhere around here. Shoo, stop doing that. Final Fantasy. 2 places. The Eblin Thaw and the Stainless Course. Both seem viable. Okay, so we got 11 and 30.7. So that little pond there. And then 23, 6.8. Is there any water there? I don't know. We'll just use this. He did say by Camp Broken Glass, so we'll just go with what he told us. So we'll just run on over to this pond. Yeah, blame rhyme. Look at that fishing rod. Oh, but I think the clam has a weak bite. Yeah, weak bite. That's what we're looking for. Eblin trout. I mean, I'll still take a trout. Right? Also, fishing has so many abilities, dude. As you can see, they are running off my hotbar onto this sidebar. It's ridiculous. Hey, there's a weak bite. Could be a clam. Possibly. I should have checked what we're looking for. I don't think 168 is enough. Yeah. So let's try for another. Yeah, I should have checked what size we're looking for before I left. 124 is not going to be enough. Obviously. Seriously? Neither of those were large size? I even used my patience. Maybe? Maybe this one will be large? No, that's an Animulus. And even that one wasn't large. What? Come on! Patience gives me a 50% chance, or an extra 50% chance that it's large, right? Yeah, that one was large. Increases the chance of landing large-sized fish by 50% while reducing hook efficiency, but then you use this and that counteracts the reduction in hook efficiency. Just saying. Really should have been a large clam in there. Cerulean core. How about that? An orb of a creature with a penchant for ceruleum-laced water. Then there's one other fish here that we can catch for sure. The other two, who knows? Some sort of special conditions to catch those ones. I'm sure. There we go. Also, this is a gig. Just wonder. Oh, hey, look! Ice pike. Cool. Not what I currently need, but. A gig. No, not ability. Not the ability gig. I want 116. No. Come on now. Animulus. Anyways, just want to look up. Spearfishing gates. Why haven't we gotten a better spearfishing gig? Dude, what is with these clams? They really suck. Dude, seriously? Why can't I get a large size clam, ever? You know, I'm just gonna take whatever clams we get, because, like, this is getting ridiculous. Oh, that one was large. That one was 193. Yeah, whatever. I'm guessing somewhere around 190 is the number we're supposed to be looking for the bonus. But at this point, just give me whatever. If only I had not been so picky, I would have had all the clams I needed by now. Hey, we can mooch that, I guess. I don't know what we'd mooch it for, but why not? Let's see what we get. Eventually. Something with a strong bite. Probably just that pike, I would think. Yep, ice pike. A large one, though. Which is neat. Getting plenty of XP. Is the clam the only weak bite in this pond? Seems... No, the animalist, forgot about that one. The little angelfish. But yeah, it seems like we don't get an upgraded gig, like, ever. This is the one you get, because it does give a bonus to GP, and I guess Square doesn't want to give us even more. Don't know why. Because GP is the only stat it gives. Hey, there we go. Get out of here. Get that. Anyways, GP's the only thing it gives, so surely you could give us a better spearfishing gig. Give us better GP so that we can actually use our abilities more. Because that is one complaint I have with fishing, is that, I mean, as I've gotten up to level 90, it's gotten better. You know, I've gotten more GP from my gear and gotten better GP recovery. But even then, you blow through that GP. I mean, I've got this triple hook, 700 GP to use that. That's like almost all of your GP in just one ability. Why not give us some more GP from our offhand? Or, as other people were complaining, why not either have its item level increase alongside the rest of our stuff, or just have it not be calculated into our average item level? Because it tanks your average item level. Look, item level 180 for this offhand. The rest of my stuff, 620. 620. So I would have an average item level of 620, but because of this 180 spearfishing gig, I have an average of 583. So yeah. Well, I'm not sure what average item level really does for a fisher. Still. Oh, I actually have 6 clams, so I don't need this 7th one, but I'll catch it anyway. Maybe we'll get lucky, get another large one for that extra bonus. Yeah, we did. Cool. All right, back to our friend here. Yeah, I guess the gig, it only gives GP, and so it doesn't affect your other main stats, and also the main stats you get from your other equipment gives you plenty of stats in that regard. We'll just get rid of this pitiful 98 rating clam. There we go. So yeah, 78 to 183 and then 184 plus. I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 big ones and 3 small ones. Still a pretty sizable reward, over 4 million XP, or over 4.5 million XP, 1700 gil, and 861 scripts.
You've done it! And what a remarkable sample it is. My colleagues will be burning with envy when they hear I've obtained a specimen from Garlemald. How can I even begin to express my gratitude?
Gil usually works. You could give me like 1 million gil. That would go a long way, just saying.
Oh, you might be wondering who this is. My research has been progressing so well of late that I've brought on a few of my students to serve as assistants and help me analyze all this data.
Students? She looks older than you.
At any rate, I cannot thank you enough for braving such hostile environments for the sake of my life's work. No one in my field has had the chance to obtain substantial data from Garlemald until now. It would be no understatement to say your contribution is historic. Needless to say, this puts even more pressure on me to deliver with my thesis. Oh dear, my stomach's starting to feel queasy just thinking about it.
Hi, why do you keep popping in at just the right time?
Ah, Talaka! Would you believe that you're the talk of the studium? Even the senior faculty can scarcely wait to hear what you are able to glean about the ether currents of Garlemald.
Professor! Yes, it's all thanks to Janasia here. Without her aid, I never could have procured this most invaluable specimen.
Indeed, truly. I have not seen a partnership between scholar and gleaner bear such fruit so swiftly in a very long time.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of gleaning, I meant to tell you about everything I'd learned from the clams you brought. I'm pleased to report that analyzing Garlean clams appears to have been the right call. Examining their growth lines, I was able to find specimens as old as 97 years, giving me almost a full century of data to analyze. By far, the most interesting thing I've noticed so far is the reverse correlation between the ether levels near Thavnair and those in Garlemald. That is to say, over periods of time when the ether concentration was high near Thavnair, it was low in Garlemald. The reverse was also true.
I see. That bit of evidence would seem to corroborate your hypothesis that the planet's ether currents move in tandem with each other. Should you manage to collect data from more regions still, I suspect you may very well be able to accurately predict changes in the fish population across the world. This could have remarkable implications for the future of the fishing trade.
I was thinking the very same, Professor. Nothing would give me greater joy than if my research were to bring about a tangible improvement in people's lives. Before meeting you, I never dreamed I would make it this far. But now I feel more confident than ever that I will be able to prove my hypothesis one day. Why, I can almost see my completed thesis in my mind's eye, but I can't afford to get too complacent just yet. The most important work remains to be done.
I am pleased to see that all is progressing well.
And yet, do not be surprised if there comes a time when Talaka's resolve as a researcher is tested. A time when he is forced to consider what it is that truly drives him to engage in his work. For such times come to all scholars, no matter how naturally gifted they may be.
Just side-eye.
Should Talaka find himself at an impasse, can I trust you to lend him your support when it is needed most? It would mean the world to him, and to me.
Uh-huh. Studium delivery complete. Esteem level increased. Talaka Tia is overjoyed with your efforts. He now considers you a seasoned fisher. A new quest continuing the story of the Faculty of Etherology is now available. Hear that? I'm a seasoned fisher. In his eyes. Talaka Tia will stop at nothing to complete his research. Thanks to your most selfless contributions, I draw closer and closer to proving my hypothesis correct. Other gleaners have also been helping me by continuing to find specimens for me in calmer waters. But I would gather data from further and further afield, which is, of course, where you come in. Hi.
Professor!
Aubrey, it's not like you to get so excited. Whatever is the matter? Ah, but I haven't introduced you two yet, have I? This is Aubrey, one of my new research assistants. She's been a great help in analyzing all the data we've collected.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but this is no time for pleasantries. A whale has somehow wandered its way into Scholar's Harbor. The Harbor Master has requested that you come and assess the situation with all haste.
Oh dear. I suppose we'd best be in a hurry then. My apologies, but it seems our work will have to wait until later. In the meanwhile, would you accompany me to the harbor? Your insight into the situation could prove most valuable. Sure thing. Let's go. But also, real quick, I was just thinking about my fit. It's you, yes. I would like to grab my blue dyes. Especially the darker colors. I want to see how it might look if I were to dye my clothes. So let's see here. We've got Ratano. A bit too green, I think. Woad. I think that goes pretty well with mine. There, authored, it's a bit bright. Midnight is nice. I like Midnight. Shadow Blue, which is a bit too gray, I think. So I think between Shadow and, or Midnight and Woad. Was it? Yeah. I do like Midnight. Yeah, let's go with Midnight. We shall dye it thusly. And then the same with my gloves to match. I would like to dye the pants something else. Not necessarily Midnight. Actually, Midnight looks nice. Maybe I will. Either Midnight or I want it to be something complementary.
don't have any jet black dye or general purpose jet black dye.
Metallic would just look ridiculous. Even a darker brown would be pretty nice. Do I have any darker brown dyes? I've got orchard brown. I've got soot black, but I don't know that soot black is actually going to look good because it's not going to match the black of my jacket like jet black would. Let's see. Orchard brown. No, that's a lighter brown. No, I would need like a cobalt brown. Maybe a maybe russet. I don't know. Chestnut? Not really low. Do have soot black, but again, it's not gonna match. Jet black would, or at least be pretty close to matching. Soot black would just look just slightly off. Yeah, I think a chestnut or cobalt would look good, but not an orchard. We'll leave it at that. Also, yes, I know, there's a whale in the harbor. Oh no. But let me dye my clothes real quick. Just, I want to look good when I save the day. Alright, out to the bay here. Harbor. Well, maybe. A very foggy day. I'm surprised they noticed the whale. At least it makes sense why everybody's going like, quite see with all this fog. Where is this whale? Oh, there it is. You can barely see it in the fog. That's a breed that calls the northern seas home. It's not especially rare to see them off the coast, but I've never heard of one coming so close to land as this.
It's most strange. It doesn't appear to be wounded. Nor have there been any notable storms of late. Whatever might have caused it to veer so far off its normal course?
What indeed? At any rate, we need to move it to one of our facilities and ensure it's kept safe while we tend to its wounds. She just said it doesn't appear to be wounded. What? It may have any wounds it may have and study it more. I suppose we should check its ether levels as well. Ready a team for me, Abarice? Or Abracy?
Of course, Professor.
This may be quite the undertaking. My apologies, but our project will have to wait a while longer. Let us reconvene back at Searcher's Meet and discuss the matter further. The way he runs, stops, turns, and then runs again. Yeah, see? outfit looks much better now that I've dyed it. I do wish, though, that my pants looked better. Because that brown, it just doesn't quite match the... Doesn't quite match with the black leather jacket. Feels an odd choice. Because you've got this really nice black leather jacket, and then you've got, I don't know, some brown pants I picked up at the thrift store, I guess. Oh, hello there. I'm so very sorry for keeping you waiting. We just finished tending to the creature's ailments and doing some preliminary analysis.
As we suspected, the whale hadn't sustained any major injuries. However, it does seem to be suffering from severe ether sickness and is highly disoriented as a result. Needless to say, I can sympathize.
The creature's ether levels were also cause for concern, which would explain why it wound up somewhere so far from its usual habitat. That said, we're still none the wiser as to what caused all of this.
How goes it, Talaka? Oh, and Genosia, what a pleasant surprise. I've heard all about your predicament with the wayward whale.
Master Kate, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I was simply hoping to pick your brains about something that I imagine is related to your line of work. Around the same time your larger-than-life friend wandered into the harbor, a veritable legion of fish washed ashore in Gedlamad, near the experimental aetheryte.
That sounds too similar to be mere coincidence. Curious behavior by aquatic life has been known to portend natural disasters. Yes, this strikes me as very much related to my studies. That said, nothing I've gleaned thus far has suggested that ether currents can change so drastically as to inflict nearby creatures with ether sickness. All I have observed suggests that the currents of the planet follow a simple and regular rhythm, not unlike the tides. Indeed, the entirety of my research up until now has been focused on proving this point. If there has been a sudden disturbance in the underwater ether currents, then it will take some time to determine the cause. I also need to attend to the whale. Oh, when will I have time to return to my thesis?
As for the whale, the studium has already announced that it will be dispatching a vessel to research the ether currents in the seas near Charlian. It won't benefit any of us if such incidents continue to occur, after all. If we wish to investigate the link between the two events, as Master Kite suggested, then perhaps we should pay a visit to Thavner. An astute suggestion. You could recruit the help to one of our colleagues over there. Or, wait a minute. I believe you have the perfect woman for the job right here.
Sure, I'll go to Thavner, I guess. Why not?
As generous and dependable as ever. Yes, I knew you'd be up to the task.
I would accompany Genosia.
You would? When was the last time you ever ventured outside the studium's grounds?
That's not important. Genosia has risked life and limb to help me with my research. I can't just keep leaving all the hard work to her.
But Professor, going to Thavner means you would have to travel via the aetheryte. Or by ship. Not that you'd handle that any better.
You don't have to tell me that. Still, time is of the essence. Besides, I'll never be truly respected as a researcher if I don't go out and get my hands dirty from time to time. I've let my fears rule me for far too long. Today's the day I conquer them. It's not fears, it's sickness.
Well, it's clear you're not going to change your mind. At least try to cause Try not to cause Junosia too much trouble.
Now that you mention it, I hadn't consulted you on the matter. Junosia, do you mind if I join you this time? Yes, I do mind. Why did you not? Fantastic. In that case, I shall see you in Yetamat. Not only will you be traveling, I assume, via Aetheryte, but to shoot, what do they call it? Braid, come on. An experimental Aetheryte? I mean, I suppose it's the only one that you can travel to without attuning first, but you're not doing too well, are you? Junosia, is that you? You know this fellow? The poor man was so ill I thought he might die. I'd not have believed anyone could suffer from such severe ether sickness if I hadn't seen it myself. Be glad you weren't here to see me immediately after I arrived. It was even less pretty a sight than what you witnessed at the Aetheryte Plaza back in Charlian. And don't even get me started on the most ghastly visions I saw. Countless replicas of myself dancing and singing and spinning and spinning and spinning. Oh, the spinning, please make it stop. I'd suggest you lie down for a while still, friend. It wasn't so long ago that you were convulsing on the ground, spitting up some ghastly bile. You were right, my friend. My apologies for making you worry so. I'm truly sorry about this, Junosia. Might you be so kind as to ask around while I rest here a bit more? Sure, buddy. Also, what level is this quest purchase? 85. Yeah. So that's the halfway point of this section of fishing quests. Turn that off. Get that out of here. There's no enemies here anyway. Why are those fish so blurry? It's real weird. Gah! You think this is a lot of fish? You should have seen here earlier. This is a massive improvement, believe you me. No time to rest, though. If they start rotting, the stench alone will be enough to make the whole town ill. What's especially bizarre is that these fish normally stay away from land altogether, save for when they go up rivers to lay their eggs, that is. Anyhow, I've never seen or smelled anything like that in my life. And I hope I never do again. Seems like bouts of ether sickness are popping up all over the place. It's not good.
I've never seen anything like it. Entire schools of fish suddenly washing up ashore. There were so many you couldn't see a single grain of sand. Our fishers have their hands full trying to clean up the mess even as we speak. Troublingly, we have no idea what caused it. It's not as if anything ominous occurred to pretend such an event. Why, the night sky before was peaceful as always. The full moon shining bright in the night sky.
It's almost like the ether currents could be at fault. and how they ebb and flow. Now that you mention it, there was one thing out of the ordinary earlier, the day before the fish appeared. The river that runs here from the shroud of the Samga was swelling like mad. The seawater flowed back into the river, and some say they saw it carrying fish deep, deep into the woods. Wild. I'm a boat. Flying boat. Mecca. My apologies for making you go alone, friend. I still can't quite stand up straight, but I feel much better than when we arrived, or when I arrived. Tell me, were you able to learn anything of interest from the townspeople? A full moon the night before, and a strong tide flowing up into the river? It would seem this is what we call a tidal bore. The fact that these fish are typically not seen near the coast is strangely reminiscent of our whale problem as well. No, this cannot be mere coincidence. The matter of these fish that were supposedly carried upstream into the woods intrigues me as well. Assuming they are still alive, they would provide much more useful data than those rotting corpses on the beach. If we were to analyze them and find them in a similar etheric state as the whale and Charlene, we could safely conclude that both events were caused by the same, or at least a similar, phenomenon. I'm terribly sorry to impose upon you again, but could you go catch those fish for me? They might very well be the key to solving this mystery. From the fisherman's description, swimming upstream, you said? I suspect we are looking for Alniron salmon. If so, those leeches you used on the clams in Garlemald should serve you well again here. How many leeches? I've got 44 left. Hopefully that's enough to catch one salmon. I should think so. Upstream, huh? Alniron salmon. Stop doing that, game. Alniron salmon. They're leech, versatile lure, wandering way. No, that's condition. Quest. Yeah, 30, 21. Oh? Is that an actual river? It would appear it is. So right around there. Okay. Here we go. Let's turn our sneak, since we are traveling out into the wilderness now. It's actually really close to Palakistan, so I'll teleport there first. Be a little bit faster. Yes, it seems that there is, in fact, a river here. A very shallow one. But a river nonetheless. Very, very like, what? How could any fish... There's even crocodiles here. How could any fish be found in this river? Seems ridiculous. Wandering whale. Quest marker detected. We are looking for a strong bite. Could be one and done. Alright. Hey bro, got that salmon you wanted. Immediately. And I got 400,000 XP just for catching that one. Seriously. Fishing levels fast. I
loath to impose, but you must go into the woods and catch those fish for me. I didn't come all this way just to get myself sick. I must solve this mystery.
I already got the fish for you. It's right here. Calm down.
Oh, thank the gods! And thank you, my friend. I would have hated to go home with nothing but the memory of my worst bout of ether sickness ever. I'm happy to report that I also made some progress myself. I had a word with the alchemists who helped me, and it turns out they have a keen interest in ether as well. We had an exchange of views that was most stimulating. I may not have been able to do much while here, but I'm glad I made the effort to leave the studium for once. Now it's time we return so I can make use of this knowledge and analyze the sample you so keenly reeled in for me. Alas, while we may not need to use that god's awful experimental aetherite to travel back, an aetherite is still an aetherite. Heavens have mercy.
Do the alchemists really not have any kind of medicines that help with ether sickness? None whatsoever? Because, like, real world, we have medicines to help with seasickness. You'd think that a similar medicine could be created for use in fighting the ether sickness. The cause is likely to be similar, and the symptoms are pretty much the same. So if you can at least find a way to treat the symptoms, then that would help.
Good to see you return. Needless to say, the trip was a rough one for me. Thankfully, it wasn't nearly as uncomfortable as that dreadful experimental aetherite. I've just about finished analyzing the fish you caught in Thavne. As expected, its ether levels are almost identical to those of the wayward whale.
So you believe that a sudden change in the concentration of ether in the nearby currents caused them to completely alter their behavior?
Precisely. That said, the change was of such magnitude that I would struggle to explain it with my initial hypothesis of etheric tides. On the contrary, if such sudden changes are possible, then I may have to reconsider my premise altogether. Moreover, we can't safely return the whale to the sea until we know precisely what is at the root of this problem. Might the titled boar hold the answer? Yes, I do remember considering that when you shared the people's tales with me.
If we posit that the underwater ether currents are affected by the moon much as the tide itself is, then the sudden change in the moon's state would naturally affect underwater ether levels as well.
Recent changes in the moon. By the scholar, that's it. The destruction of Zodiac would have freed an unfathomable amount of ether from within the moon. It would be only logical if this had an impact on the underwater ether currents. If this is the explanation, my initial theory may yet be viable. With this recent outpouring of ether being the exception that proves the rule, we will need to watch closely for any similar incidents in the near future.
Do you want me to go fish on the moon?
Ah, Talaka. Word has it that you braved the journey by Aetherite to do some field work in Thavne. Did you find aught of interest there?
Found a salmon with the same ether levels as the whale.
I see. A word of advice, if I may. Any researcher worth his salt must be prepared to rethink and reevaluate their theories when presented with new evidence. Have you given any thought to how you might adapt yours?
My initial theory was, to a degree, predicated on the existence of Zodiac. Now that he is no more, I am not entirely sure how we might... Unless we could... Yes, that's it! We could examine the species altogether more ancient from a time when the heavens were free of Zodiac,
and other entities of high etheric concentration.
Professor, please. This is no time for idle jests.
I'm being perfectly serious. Why, I have complete confidence that Junosia here will be able to find what we require.
I do not doubt her skills, but even the best of gleaners would struggle to find specimens of species that doubtless died out ages ago.
Oh, ye of little faith, our friend is more than up to the task. Isn't that so, Junosia?
I have been to the past before.
Now that's the spirit, Laka. A good scholar must consider every possible option, even those that might seem impossible. Keep pondering the matter, and I have no doubt you will arrive at an answer ere long.
Let me just jump into the past before the world shattered into 14 reflections. And I'll catch a fish for you. Let you just what? Huh? I was gonna have you look for an ancient fish. One that's hundreds, if not thousands of years old, but... Okay. Fish time forgot. I'll start it, and that way if I need to catch like 6 of a fish, I can do that off stream, and we'll come back after that, but... Oh, hello there. I've been racking my brains trying to come up with new ideas. Your brains plural? Alas, nothing's come to me thus far. Let me help you out there. No matter how much I ponder, I keep coming back to the same thought. I have to get my hands on some specimens from a time before Zodiac came to be. I simply can't accept that all the work we have put into confirming my theory might amount to naught in the end. I got you. You know what? Give me any idea you've got, no matter how outlandish it may seem. Please, Junosia, I am in dire need of inspiration.
You'd be surprised at what I can do. I can teleport to an aetheryte from eons past.
Oh, but you... Wait. Do you truly mean it? As a scholar, I would love to probe deeper into the details of exactly how you mean to do this. But this is hardly the time for idle chatter. If you can indeed procure this sample for me, I beg of you, please do it. Why, this could very well be the solution to what I thought an insurmountable problem. Ideally, I would examine an ancient specimen that shares some common traits with creatures that still exist today. Reading through Professor Nelle's tomes, I remember thinking that a species called the Smaragdos would be perfect. I know not where you mean to find them, but I wish you safety and good fortune in your journey, Junosia. Studium delivery commenced. Use a sky spoon lure to fish some Smaragdos from Lead in Elpis and deliver them to Talaka Tia. Sky spoon lure? Do I have any sky spoon lure? Even? I've got versatile lure. I don't think I have sky spoon lure. Have to figure out how to get sky spoon lure. No, not you. This guy. He does not sell sky spoon lure. Go ahead and sell those leeches back. Make sure my equipment is in tip-top shape. And that will have to be it for today. I will need to catch Smaragdos. Let me just check if versatile lure would work just fine, or if it has to be... It says preferred bait sky spoon lure, other baits gold salmon roe, and versatile lure. says hook set, powerful hook set. Fish time forgot active. Has to be powerful hook set? That sounds interesting. Yeah. So. Oh. You purchase it with scripts. I see. I may as well spend some of these mini scripts I have. Probably gonna miss. Not that section. There we go. Is it really 30 each? Oof. I know lures last longer than bait, but still. Start with 15, that's a lot of script. I only need 6. But, you know. And also, just wondering how the pants of the other deers look, out of curiosity. Not really any better. I just figured glamoring them might... Oh! That looks good, actually. I will purchase that, and I will glamour my current slops to that. Right. Yeah. Perfectionists. Nice. Looking real nice now. Got a little knife on my right knee, a little pouch on my left. You know, knife for gutting the fish. Or cutting them loose if need be. What have you. Cool. Oh yeah, also my retainer is now level 44 in fishing. They take a long time to level. Much longer time than myself. You can see that the paints aren't quite the same black, or at least not the same, definitely not the same material, because they don't have the same reflective quality to them. But it still looks better than those brown slops I was wearing. So, that will have to be it for today. When the next Final Fantasy XIV stream will be. Whenever this stops saying to be continued, probably. Did it again. It shrunk my game window and then made it big again. I don't get it. But all I did was accidentally move my mouse off of my main monitor over to my side monitor, and then it just shifted. Anyways, yeah, once 7.2, I believe it would be, releases, then we'll pop back in for to continue that main story quest, probably to do some more fishing, you know? And I do hear that in the coming patches we're going to be getting access to content for gatherers and crafters that is based around like what would it be called, like ecology and stuff, basically making places that were ravaged better again and whatnot. I think it might also involve like going to the first and helping them balance their ether some more, going to the void and helping them balance their ether some more, and possibly other reflections. I don't know, but yeah, at least we'll have, I mean, they did, I believe what I saw from what little I saw from the live letter recently, any Disciple of the Hand or land that is level 10 or more can participate, so the level's not really an issue. But the fact that my Fisher is level 91 means I'll probably have access to more stuff. So it's good that I've been leveling Fisher. Culinarian might be able to level hopefully faster by doing whatever that content is. Could be neat. I have also wanted to level others, like maybe blacksmith, maybe armor or leatherworker or weaver or something. I know that those can mend gear, like if I said, hey, I want to well, actually, none of this is damaged, so I can't. But I've seen the symbols for like leatherworker and weaver next to gear if I wanted to try and repair it myself, which would mean that I'd need equivalent levels in those disciples, those jobs, in order to repair that gear. So like leather gear would need leatherworker, and cloth gear would need weaver, and I assume metal gear would need armorer, and probably weapons would need blacksmith, I think. But also, I believe blacksmith is the only way to get some particular weapons. Like, there are some weapons that have to be made using blacksmith, which means you have to get blacksmith to the correct level, then you have to get the blueprint for that weapon, and then you have to get the materials to make the weapon. It's a whole thing. But still, one day it might be nice to have a high-level blacksmith. And maybe one or two others. Maybe miner as well might be neat. But yeah, that's all future stuffs. Monday should be back for some more Dread Delusions, or Dread Delusion. The name of the game is singular, not plural. So, Dread Delusion, Wednesday. Not sure yet what exactly it will be. If I can sort out the design I want for the back of the torso armor, then we might do that. Otherwise, I'll play something else. I'll think of something. And then next Saturday, next week, not tomorrow, next week Saturday, I also have to figure out something for that. But there should be a stream. So, them's the plans. But regardless, until next time, be kind to yourself, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next mission. Bye-bye.